Well, it's time for your Grow Weather Report, and the drought monitor actually has changed a little bit for the worst in some areas, but for the most part, it's the best drought monitor we've seen since January. 89% of Nebraska, no drought. 90% of Kansas, no drought. 10.5% abnormally dry in the Cornhusker State. 2% moderate. 9.5% abnormally dry, and 3.5% in Kansas, moderate. And again, it's in that same area of the state, kind of the northwest, north central part of Kansas. And in Nebraska, it's the northeast and extreme north central part of the state that could use a little bit more rain. Well, what about temperatures? Again, this long range for the month ahead, showing temperatures well below normal for both Nebraska and Kansas. And of course, you're seeing that overlay of that darker blue, so that means well below average. And we're talking probably in the 5 to 10 degree on average below seasonal levels for the month ahead. We'll see if that falls to the truth. And then 3 months out, pretty much the same, except the Northwest Panhandle, where temperatures will be seasonal or normal. What about precipitation? Well above normal precipitation, not only in Nebraska, all of Kansas, and a big part of the U.S. from east to west through the central part of the U.S. And having enough rain is a good thing. Too much, of course, is a bad thing. Well, the same pretty much holds true for the 3-month outlook. We expect moisture to be well above seasonal averages for the 3 months ahead. That'd be July, August, September is how we're looking at that. Well, what about the week ahead temperature-wise for you? It kind of checks out that way. Below normal temperatures on average. We expect rainfall to be pretty likely come Monday morning, 50% the odds, pretty good chances, slight chances Wednesday through Friday, and then overnight lows will be in the 60s. It looks like the warmest day of the week, of course, is Friday, but normal highs for this time of year should be about 88 for a high and 66 for a low. But in this week ahead, we're going to average right around 82 for a high and 64 for the low. This week's Proverbs: a rapid rise of the barometer indicates unsettled weather. A slow movement, the contrary, as likewise a steady barometer, which, when continued and with dryness, foretells very fine weather. We like our barometers to be climbing, because that means sunshine. When it drops, we get rain. And so when we want that rain, we want that barometer to drop as well. And we want you to drop some pictures our way. You did that this last week, and here they are.
By the 4th of July, we want to see you out in your field. Email us your photos to grow@nebraska.tv or post to us on Facebook and Twitter. We saw some early fireworks before the 4th of July in the corn and soybean markets. But what's the long-term outlook? Marilyn Barnett caught up with our market analyst.
It has been a big change. It seems like all the other weeks we've been talking about the markets going down, and finally we get a chance to talk about higher markets. Actually, for the week, from where they traded on Monday on their lows, corn's up over 40 cents a bushel.
So that's pretty big here. What about factoring into the next few weeks then here?
Yeah, and beans actually are up 62. And if we dig into that a little bit, the reason's kind of what's going on behind it. It's about weather. Okay. A lot of rain in the eastern corn belt. As a result of that, when the report came out on Monday, it went ahead and took the crop conditions down another 3% on corn, 2% on beans. So everybody's a little bit concerned about what that means to yields. But then the other side of it's the amount of acres. The report also showed that we're only 94% planted on beans. That still means there's 5 million acres to go yet. And everybody's kind of questioning, will all those acres get planted, especially down in Missouri. Missouri's kind of the hot spot of where all the problems have been on the too wet conditions, and really we've still, they're only 62% planted versus 94% on normal, and they've had a lot of rain now. Now they're clear now, so we'll see if those acres get planted.
A Nebraska family shares how powerful horses can be impacting kids. That story coming up next.